the truck. Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom, right. And shine. That morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the mostest, Marquis Saint. And every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to go for my walks. I'm blessed to have time. I'm blessed to be in the shine. And I take this morning workouts with me. I take you with me because actually, let me grab my water real quickly because I got to do a workout. We got to do AVNs. We got people going, civilization. Everybody's moving in competition. And I had a thick thought this morning. So I thought I'd bring the fire because that's what Saints Addiction does. If you can't find me on Instagram, it's because they killed it. You got to go over to Mostly Saints and give that a like. And that's where we're at this morning. Shall we? Shall we? Thank you, Mr. Energy. Like he's like on point with my morning motivation. Okay, baby. Boop, boop, boop. Back up the truck. All right. So wasn't so civil last night. I went to stop by. I had one of the reliable models do the fitting and the sizing and the designs and teach her how to iron and all the good stuff. And I wanted to stop by one of the other reliable models at Played Against Sam, and Played Against Sam pressured me into buying drinks. I literally came in and I said, hey, I'm just here to see V. And they said, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And she's like, oh, she just went in the back of the VIP. It's going to be a minute. I said, oh, cool. I'll sit over here to the side. Just like I did last time. Just like I did the time before that. And I was chilling, a couple girls was going to be looking, but I'm just looking on my phone. I'm not up at the bar. I'm not at a machine. I'm not taking up someone's spot. I'm literally off to the side. And one of the chicks started coming up to me. Oh, I'm with V. Oh, you're with the V gang, trying to be in between my legs. You know how women are. Strippers are, sorry. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And then right at the same time, some bartender came from around the bar to go, there's a 2-drink minimum. I'm like, oh, babes, I don't drink. I'm just here to see my friend. And she was like, yeah, well, you're going to have to buy 2 drinks. It don't matter if you drink or not. It can be non-alcoholic or whatever. I'm like, I'm literally going to be here 5 minutes. So she walked off to the side, all in a huff and a puff, right? Went over to the security guard. Got him all in a huff and a puff. Now he's doing the jacket. I'm staring at you, acting like a cop, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, you know what? You're kind of right. Let me go over. He's still being a cop about it, but let me go ask the manager. Blah, blah, blah for 5 minutes. They're staring off. All the strippers got their arms crossed. And he comes back. He's like, yeah, bro, you're going to have to leave. And I'm like, no fucking problem, bro. Nobody wanted to be here anyway. It's Played Against Sam with a 3.3 Google rating. Now going down a -1 because your boy left a review on being pressured to have drinks when I was literally less there than 5 minutes. You got a free entry because you're in a bad location. There's so many bunk ass broken down fucking strip clubs. And I go over to like Talk of the Town. Super chill. We smoke blunts in the back. No one's going to sweat you. Just be yourself. Total chill environment. Girls are fully nude too. And they're drinking over at Palomino Club. Those girls are even more sexier. These are the girls that really know how to strip. They're all 10s and they all have a good time. They're professionals. We don't treat people civil, right? When we treat them like enemies. You're not going to keep many customers when you sweat everybody. And there's a lot of people out there. Thanks for the likes, bro. I appreciate it. There's a lot of people out there that just don't know how to be civil. I mean, for reals, bro, they lost their people skills. And I was just like, wait a minute, bro. I'm here to see my friend, which I've done multiple times, right? She's kind of going through it. She gets lonely and shit, But I'm here to see my friend, and I can't even get it in. I can't even sit for 5 minutes without getting sweated. Motivated Juice, baby, on Instagram. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Am I in some kind of weird... Here, I'm at the gym. Yep, flexing on them. Where's that helicopter? Can't you hear the private jets flying over you? Every show we got helicopters flying through. There it is. There it is. You know what I'm saying? And this girl's coming across the bar 2-3 different times at me going like, oh, you're with somebody? Then she fucked off. But then she came back with like, no, it's a 2-drink minimum. And I'm like, lady, I already told you, I'm a fucking local and I don't appreciate being sweated into a drink when I'm only going to be here for 5 minutes. I'm saying hi. I'm dipping off to the side. I'm over here by the wall. I'm not even taking up one of your machines. I'm not taking up anything, but you got it in your craw to come after me. And you know what it's like when people got a beat on you. You know what I mean? When they want to see you or perceive you a certain way, especially when I have like my bright colored jacket hoodie when I go deliver my prints and my banner in an hour. The guy that's all construction, hard working, cigarette smoking, didn't even shake my hand. Some people will perceive people in an external format. They live in an internal drama in their mind. If you're very judgmental, odds are you're probably judgmental to yourself and you're not very civil. And that's what we're talking about, manners, bro. Manners and morals and manners, morals, and let's just say, I want to add another M to this. Some manners, some morals, and some meaning to what we do. Because if you mean to demean some of your customers, other customers will perceive that. The same thing happened to me in Thailand. When I was over there, I would just smoke my weed. I bring my own water, like you just saw me. And I like filtered water. I like the rainwater straight from the mountains. And I bring my own shit. I'm sitting here spending 60 cents on a little plastic bottle when I need a drink because I'm smoking a lot of weed didn't make sense to me. Chilling with my friends on a beach made sense to me. But as a bar, they wanted everybody to get fucking plastered. And this is what Jocko was talking about, was like, these people aren't really your friends, right? They're trying to make ends. It's almost like the strippers aren't really your girlfriend, right? The models that pop bottles for you are really saleswomen, right? And the mannequin in the window is not the reality in real life. And when we want more customers to come in, you're going to try to entice them with like more pretty girls or a billboard. This is advertising, right? You want to market, you're doing marketing, you want to make your mark, you want to get people into to your establishment, but you don't want to mark them. You don't want to make them a mark. You don't want to trick them. You don't want to have them come in with their good intentions and their time and their gas money to be bamboozled and swindled and then forced out of there. I left them a 1-star review. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this morning I'm learning about female competitiveness. You have to look at it from an evolutionary standpoint. As men, it's our jobs to risk our lives. We risk our lives for war. We risk our lives in duels and fisticuffs, and we need to find a definitive winner and loser. And to the winners goes the spoils, and we all know it, right? Women, they can't afford it. They need maternity. They need to keep between their legs a portal. And in case there's some children, those kids alive too. These women are being so vicious, subtly, that it's a whole nother a group of people. So I was thinking, when the woman was saying this, there's two groups of people that a woman goes when she grows up. She's got her first immediate family, which is always going to protect her. Then she usually gets married and goes to that person's family. A whole nother set of females are operating there. So remember, men to men, we'll fisticuffs, we'll say it to your face, and we'll have competitive games to figure out who's competitive enough, right? In women, they need to be subtle. We can't be wearing the same dress. I have to have the better dress than you on prom. And, Marquis Saints got new fucking cartridges as promised. And you're going to want to be smoking a Roken bake, toking a Roken this morning. It's a cool little battery. I cleaned it all out. I'm ready to go. But that's for me to know and you to find out, right? But you will find out. You'll see girls that want to compete for the men in their lives. They'll degrade the new girl, the mean girls on the movie. They don't want to actually help the girl out. She's like, oh, I'm going to tell him you're cute and you're into him. And she was over there talking to him. She's like, okay, cool. There she goes. And then she kisses her boyfriend. She's like, fucking slut. And that was your girl. Saints Addiction, baby. Telegram me. Boom, baby, boom. Press 5 times. Yeah. The Bar Pro from Roken Vapes mentioned Saints Addiction for 15% off your total order. Oh, I turned it off. There it is. Oh, man. So tasty. New cart smell. Definitely Saints Addiction approved. Ooh, So tasty. All day I'll be token by Roken and AVNs. Definitely Saints addiction. And that's what it's going to have to be. You're going to see what you have to be competitive for. We as men, we have to compete. If we compete, then we get status. And the women are already drawn to somebody that has status, has provisions, has something in their lives that they want. It doesn't take a monkey or a researcher, lab rat, to fucking sit there and say, of course you're going to want more from your life, right? Is there hair in my shit? There is. Right? Of course you're going to want more from your life. This is our brains are wired that way. We want to find the best fruit. If we have to go higher into the trees, it's going to motivate us to fucking go higher, if you know what I mean. And there's amount of us in our brains that we do calculations. I call this like the invisible economy. But in the invisible economy, you want equal, right? The women are trying to be equal, but they're also trying to be slick and get as much as they can without the other girls knowing, right? And for dudes, we all hunted the mammoth together. It's only fair that we divide up the spoils fairly. Most women feign, that means fake, feign wanting equality, but they don't want another girl to outshine her. This is where the definition of comparison is the thief of joy. Women can't be happier for other women. Damn, she has a baby, I don't. Damn, she has a bigger house, I don't. Damn, she has that bag, I don't. And they start feeling bad towards themselves because their brains are wired that way. In competition, if it was a man, I don't see many men going like, well, I guess we kind of do that sometimes. We'll be like, shit, I don't have a car like him, or I don't have muscles like him, or I don't have money like him, right? Well, all human beings are comparing. At the same time, the competing is not the same, right? You go into a whole new group of women, they might keep you away from resources. They might isolate you from prime mates that are prime for mating. They don't want you to take anything away from them. It's just the same as a fucking monkey in a cage. When you look at it, you're gonna be like, bro, don't give me no carrots when you're giving the other person grapes. You'll throw it at them. You'll be like, oh, hell no, bro. You owe me a motherfucking grape, homie. I just saw you give that other girl a grape. And then there we are, acting like little monkeys for something shiny. And I watched it again. It's the monkey trap, bro. We'll see something shiny. We'll make sure the baboon sees it. As soon as we walk away, we hide behind the bush. The monkey goes over, and I'm talking like watermelon seeds. And they get curious, reach in, make a fist, and they buy in. That's what you do. You buy into the fantasy. That's what happens when you got the Tinder swindler, or how did he get away with it so far? You participate it within your mind. You participate it when you go to the bar. There's a whole pecking order. The invisible economy takes place, and you're gonna see right who's got what to wear. The dude, I got news for you, dude. If you're just over sitting there, and it looks like you just got off the couch, and you didn't even try to put on an appearance. When she's over there putting on makeup and trying damnedest not to show any faults, it ain't gonna work. Oh yeah. If you're the only one swinging in the canoe, even for guys too, that you think you're just going to go over to work and work all these hours and just hand it over to somebody. It's easier to hand somebody $100, but they didn't see the hours that turned into making those dollars. There's that invisible economy. It's easy for a stripper, like I said, play it again, Sam. I go over there and they're sleazing all over the customers. They're trying to, instead of welcoming them, they're sweating them. They're over there going like, they knew I was there for my friend too, and was just like twice, 3 times coming over for a drink, and there was maybe like 4 other dudes in there. No wonder why it's empty. They're fucking sweating people instead of making them feel comfortable. So now you want to be competitive instead of comfortable, or letting other people feel comfortable. And that's what women do. They're not trying to include, they're trying to exclude. We talk about radical inclusion all the time in what's the big man culture, and there's a lot of people that will just be like, you're not in my group. That's ick. It could be ick unless he's got money, and then it turns not from ick. And I've been watching a lot of hoe math here, but I like to talk about psychology. I like thinking here that I'm sitting here, okay, I'm a competitive person. I want to compete in life. I want to be successful at my businesses. I want to be able to make my own magic happen. And then to what end, right? I said that about 2 weeks ago for my show. To what end? Well, to my end is so I can procreate, right? Like I want to be successful because it seems like, well, what? I get better benefits. I feel better inside. My bank account feels better inside. My problems become less. My opportunities become more. I feel more adventurous. I feel more creative. More designs get to flow. More models get to take pictures, and I get to expand worldwide. I get off on that sauce. That's to my end. But also that also means that I'm proving myself on a social status, right? I want to get my status up. I want to get my finances up. I want to get my muscles up. That's why we're here at the gym. You know, all that money, muscle, game, and frame all applies still. And that's why we're having this conversation. Hold on, let's go around. We're trying to come here. There's a lot of construction, but... And that's why I asked myself with Saint's addiction, right? I was like, what am I addicted to here? You know, am I addicted to the women and the fast life? AVNs today, all these women are selling their sex. They're trying to look like they're available, but I interviewed them all 2-3 years ago, and they all had long-term boyfriends, 6-year, 9-year, 11-year fucking relationships, while they may have fucked 11,000 other dudes. They had relationships, or what they told me were relationships. So I asked him, did you want to make 20 grand a month, 10 grand a month from a sugar daddy? No sex, no love? Or would you prefer the money or real love? And they were just like, money or real love? Some says, I can't lie, just give me the money. Some women are there for it, right? Like if I can exchange in that invisible economy, all of a sudden you went to the ATM, you had a paycheck, you pay taxes. That's how you earned the income. It went into her pocket because she's standing next to you in lingerie by an ATM. The fucking hustle is real, and that's why I don't like it, bro. I don't want to be touched by a stranger. I don't want to be lied to, and I definitely don't want to be sweated. It was almost as bad as the time when we were at a ping pong show in fucking Thailand. Somebody fucking came over us and just fucking sweated us hella tough, and they were just gonna try to fight us because they come on for free, but if you don't pay the cover charge when you leave, they're gonna fist fight you. It's just fucking bullshit like that. Nobody wants to go to places like that. And eventually everyone else tells people not to go. And eventually everybody else writes a post. And then eventually it gets a 2 instead of even a 3 on a fucking Google review. And then no people go anymore. You only hurt yourself. You can act however the way you want. You can be as superficial as you want, but people won't take you seriously. And you can act as sexual as you want, but people will only see it as currency. There's only going to be people that operate. Either they operate in an exchange environment, right? I think your boy, what was his name before he became a dick? Andrew, what was your name on social media? Let me think of it. This is... Andrew Cartwright. He's supposed to be the guru in finances, was a dick to me, but he said, the exchange economy? And I said, I didn't. And he said, one of them was abundance. I was like, ooh, that one's me. And I cut him off and he got pissed. But the other ones are bartering and the other one's like exchanging. And that's what we do. She's like, oh, if I sit next to you in lingerie, you're going to buy me drinks. Same thing happens in Thailand. It's just another form of it. And then it's like, okay, what else was she going to do? Looking all cute. Well, you don't get paid to be cute. You only get paid to prostitute. You only get paid to strip. You only get paid to take off your clothes. And that becomes an exchange. Now you treat people the same way. You're like, it's only for an exchange. I'm not here to actually care for you, right? I'm here to fucking steal from you. What's this thing not hitting? Come on. Do the thing. Well, that's not gonna work very well. New cart. I will fuck with it later. But I do have a blunt, so I want to smoke. And that's what it is. It's corrupt. It's the goddamn send-in. I used to hang out at Sapphires, and then it'd be like getting too drunk, and then they'll put something in your drink. Yep, Sapphires would do that too. And then you're just like fucked off. I brought my boss, and then he fucking dented the back of his tire trying to drive home. He was crashed out. I was crashed out. It was all bad, bro. Not good at all, homie. Not good at all. And that kind of shit happens in a send-in. Happens to my friend Vanessa too. You know, like she's in there working. She's like, I'm so alone. So she goes into work because she needs to pay her bills. But then she's getting sleazed on by a bunch of dudes. She pays her bills, but now she's drinking. And she drinks alone. And she gets really lonely and sad and writes weird posts. And I've been trying to reach out to her. That's why I showed up yesterday, just to say hi, because I was nearby. And as soon as the Syndid saw another support system, they kicked me out. And essentially, they're like, if you don't give us the money in your wallet right now, you got to move. And that's what happened last night. Uncivil, uncool, uncalled for. I left. Cool. I didn't swing at anybody. I didn't yell. I just bounced quietly and wrote my own fucking comments on Yelp and fuck them. But properly, in my mind, in my life, you know, I wanted to see people shine. You know, I mean, you can't be in the right environment trying to shine. I mean, mushrooms grow out of shit, but that's a hard process. You're not a spore. You're a human being, and you're going to need love, light, space, and growth. That's the ultimate human experience. And most people, they're stagnant. They can't even see their consciousness. They can't even see their habits. They can't even see why the thing is developing the way that their life is developing in front of them. And I hope that this show makes sense, because it's like, you're going to want to bite into something. That's in essence what Saints Addiction was. I was just making sure that it was something that was more healthier, because I'm as addicted to you like anybody else. These poor girls, they're fully on addicted to social media and comparisons. That's making their self-esteem get lower, because I don't have what they have, and only those girls are showing off what they barely have, and only the good parts of what they have. It's all curated content. And the boys are addicted to video games, and they're getting their dopamine in all the same. We're playing with our robots. We're playing with ourselves and our robots instead of playing with others, with each other, and, you know, show me mine, show you yours, and making babies. We hand it over to porn. What does your Kendrick Lamar lyrics on the shirt say? He's like, one shot, my kid's disappearing. That money shot could have been a baby. And that sex could have been mating. And honestly, the attention given could have been reciprocated by a real individual. But we placate. We go for synthetic dopamine. We go for synthetic relationships. We got situationships. And then people wondering, why am I there? And the guy goes, I'm in love with this guy, but he's dating 4 other girls. And he goes, okay. So what if I gave you all my love, right? Well, if you asked him an ultimatum to give up all those girls for you, what would he do? He would say no. Okay. What if I give you all my love? Would you give up him? She paused and she was like, no, because the truth is she'd rather have a high value man that she can share than settle for a guy that can't compare. And that's what steals her joy. She's comparing everyone else to the fantasy that only the guy's providing. The fantasy, the dream, the Tinder swindler, the you make my ideas possibly possible in this one spectrum, but the rest of it, like, you know, actually marrying me, being a father to my child, supporting me mentally. Oh no, it's just better that he's tall or that he makes money. We make decisions because we're competitive. And in this civilization, there's a lot of people competing. There's 48 laws of power. There's a lot of people that are especially guys, we're fist fighting for that money. We're trying to get to the top. We're trying to make more so we can have better mating opportunities. And the higher we go in our status and the more money we make, the more women we can get. And we know this to be statistically true. You're looking to fuck the winners. Problem is, there aren't that many winners. A lot of those girls in England, they were filming them and asking them, or doing research, and they all thought they were going to marry footballers. There's not that many successful footballers. And even when Magic Johnson was married, he still could take 5-10 women, and it still wasn't enough. It's just not enough. You're looking for things that are fruitless. What you want to go after is things that people can't buy. If we to have a civilization, we got to have babies. We got to have families. We got to have a marriage nucleus. That's what it takes to render children. But we've seen our biology is an inconvenience this damn period. No, that's a missed opportunity to have a baby. And it's like I hear people like mad at their biology. Like, how dare you look at me when I'm all sexy and wearing nothing? Dude, that's your biology. Your job is to fucking entice men from 16 to 26 when you're ovulating and at your prime. That's your key moment for women. But they get mad. They're like, okay, now that I don't have the opportunity to have babies, right? I'm not producing anything. What's my worth? And then for the guys, we don't hunt anymore, right? Anybody can go to the grocery store, you know? And if we have firemen and we have police officers, who's to really protect? If girls are outsourcing it and they're coming up with their own, the only thing that hasn't been outsourced is maternity. You can't outsource babies. So your responsibility biologically is still gestation, you know, facilitating the growth of a child. This whole little element is a huge process. You don't get to skip the process. You know, just like Mike Tyson said, I wanted to complete the process, bro. That's what I'm talking about. A full maturation process where you stop chasing the external and you start chasing your internal worth, your internal compass, your internal choices to say, you know, this is the life that I choose. You know, I wanted to go in this direction. I didn't want to go after something and bite into it, and then I was stuck in it. You know, I wanted to decide and make a clear decision with my life and say, okay, you know, if I want to really be married, what's the quality of man that would really love me? And I know a lot of people play that fantasy, but they also might not want to change anything about them to get that reality. So in reality, something has to change for something to change, right? That's the truth of it. And unfortunately, most motherfuckers ain't trying to live in the truth. They want to live in Delulu. They want to live in delusion. They want to think that more athletes are going to show up and a white knight's going to slay their dragon and they're going to come be saved from all their sins and dudes too, that someone's just going to love them without having to put any effort or get their act right or clean their house or clean up their look or clean up their act. Bro, it's where it's at. It's always going to be hypergamy. It's always going to be competitive. This is our civilization. And people aren't really that civil. So it was shocking that these women aren't that civil to people. Look at them, doggone shirts. Little cute dog. You know? People don't want to be civil, especially women. They got to be subtly uncivil. Rolling eyes. Destroying dresses. Tearing the other girl down. Spreading rumors. Guys, we're just punching each other in the face and we're direct competing. So it's a lovely experience to be a mammal in a civilization in the 21st century, especially while you're trying to date or especially while you're trying to love or make love or find love. It's going to be a tough way. It's that hard, bro. It's that hard to mate. In this society, the way that we set up our civilization, we're not very civil. And now you don't have anybody like a parent to recommend you to somebody or dad to approve your suitors. You're out there on your own trying to find the guy that you're attracted to and hopefully will commit to you and then produce a baby. That's the whole civilization. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's dogs on shirts on Instagram.
It's what?
Dogs on shirts on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we make dog shirts. I love dogs.
Oh,
Yeah. So you can put your favorite picture and his name on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about putting up signs. And that's it. You know, dogs on shirts. So cute. Poor dude's getting locked up. Look, he's happy to see me. Have a blessed day. And that's it, bro. Either you're going to spread some shine or you're going to just try to outshine. And it turns out women don't really want to see that. They don't want a prettier girl to show up and take their man. They don't want somebody else to be prettier than them. And if anybody has a one-up, then it's competitive. It's just a whole different system. And guys, the same, you know. We're competing so that way we can be at the top so that our genetics can go into the future. And that's that way.
My husband wants to know the name of your company for the dog shirts.
Dogs on shirts.
Dogs on shirts?
Yeah, you can go to doggonshirt.com.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a .com and it's an Instagram.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Yeah, please. Thanks for the follow. And dogs on shirts. Yep. On Instagram. Just like that. That's the show. So I'm going to get back to shining and exercising. You guys go be free. I'll be at AVNs later if you want to see me go live and interviewing people. It's going to be dope. So probably do that for an hour or 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see how much my battery left I got. So go be blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Your boy Marky Saint. And as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever. Infinish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fears, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's exactly where I'll be. Peace. Getting deals everywhere.